Hey everyone, it's Diego Viteri. Welcome to a new video of Viteri Boxing. Today I want to show you how to jump rope like a boxer and some tricks that you can implement to your training. The jump rope is one of the best exercises for boxing. That's why you've seen all boxers do it. So let's begin. If you want to buy a jump rope, the first thing you need to understand is there are different types of jump rope. The most common one used by boxers are like this one, a plastic one. The plastic one is the most common one. But if you're a beginner and you want a slower jump rope, there's a cotton one. The cotton one is much slower and it will help you to improve if you're a beginner. There's also the CrossFit one that it's like a thin wire, and they use it mostly for double unders and basically fitness, but they don't do any tricks. The plastic one is the one that I recommend the most, and the other one is the leather one. The leather one it's quite old school, it's kind of slow. I will recommend for beginners, but if you need to buy a jump rope and do it like a boxer, I will recommend you to buy the plastic one. Now, how to do like skipping jump rope? The first thing, you need to have the correct measurement of your jump rope. The best way you can measure is you're gonna step on the jump rope and you're gonna twist the handles, and they have to be chest height. You can see both my handles are my chest height. That means they're correctly the measurement for me. Now, what we're gonna do in order to do a jump rope, the first thing you need to understand, it's not an arm movement. You are not moving your arms, not like this. This is not the correct way. If you move your arms, it's not correctly done. What you have to do is you have to make little circles with your wrist, only little circles, like this. Circles with your wrist, and it will be much easier. Only my wrist is moving. And you have to make sure that your steps or your skip is really low. It has to mimic the way you're gonna move in the ring. Look, only little steps on the tip of the toe. Only little steps on the tip of the toe. If you are starting, I would suggest that you don't start by jumping as this fast. You will do 2 jumps. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This for beginners. 2 jumps and the jump rope. And make sure the jump rope don't touch the floor too much, because it would bounce and you can't do it like this. It has to slide. If it touches too much, it will bounce and you will fail. So make sure it just slides. If the double jump as a beginner is too difficult, an exercise that I will always recommend to my students is you grab both the handles and you make sure to the movement, the circles with the wrist in one side, just sliding. Slide, you go circles, and you do the same thing with your other hand. Once you got this movement, you can go into the double jump. Once you get into a rhythm, we can do some tricks with the jump rope. The first one I'm going to show you is the cross arm, like crossing your arms. You are jumping, you have your rhythm, and you cross your arms. So how you do this, it's really easy. The only thing you need to make sure is that whenever that you are crossing your arms, make sure your hand is passing your leg, like this. If my hand is passing my leg, that means the jump rope can go through. Sometimes people don't do it. They don't cross enough, so they do it like this, and the jump rope fails. So make sure just to cross your arms and passing your leg, and that way it will be much easier. The second trick that mostly boxers use is the side to side. You pick both of the handles, you go to one side, the other side, one side, the other side, and you just start doing jumping. You're jumping and moving side to side, and you go back to the center. You go side to side and to the center. That's it for this. And one of my best ways to improve my footwork is using this in and out, as we do it in boxing, in and out, this pendulum step. In and out as orthodox and also as a southpaw. So for that, you just start skipping, go in and out as a southpaw. You can go 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you switch side, in and out, in and out. Then another trick is using your shuffles. You go shuffling. You're trying to improve your coordination, your rhythm, and your muscle endurance doing this. That's why you've seen all of the boxers use it. Once you do this, you're gonna feel like you're floating on the ring. You're moving around. You're floating. You can see your opponent and move just like you float in that ring. The last trick, and it's one of my favorites for improving your cardio, are the double unders. Double unders means in one jump, the rope has to go twice underneath. So you have to jump a little bit higher and making sure your wrist move a little bit more faster. So you're jumping, you're skipping, and you just jump a little bit higher and move. Thanks everyone for watching my video. Remember that it doesn't matter where you start. You can try to begin with 3 or 4 skippings in a row. If you can't, next day you go with 5. Next day you go with 6, 7. It's all about enjoying the process. It's not a competition with anyone. You just have to start with the jump rope, and each time you go a little bit more skips in a row. Or you can go a little bit more time. You can go 1 minute. The next day you can go 1 minute 30. Maybe next week 5 minutes. But it's not a race. You have to enjoy it. And this is one of the best workouts to get in shape, and one of the best workouts to get the timing, rhythm, and coordination for boxing. So I would really recommend that you start and buy a jump rope. So I'll see you next week for the next class.